you somehow wake up an hour later than you meant to.
Well, I'm later than that. I'm meant to be at work an hour ago. Yo， 大家好，我是小马，欢迎来到小马逛吃。今天我们来拍一个 POV vlog， 英国大厨工作日记。从这个角度看我自己，我觉得我还是得刮个胡子。老板说：“哦，你要开始学怎么做早餐。”我从来没做过。今天是我第一天做早餐的时候，要7点到。我今天早上设置的闹钟很优雅，很 peaceful， 然后我一直在听它的声音，我一直没起。
觉得哎，真好的音乐。
Yeah, it was like. 在弹幕里告诉我你们会不会睡醒 ？OK。So 我现在已经迟到了快1个多小时了。我说妈妈，求你可以不可以？
妈妈，求求你。
I put all my clothes in the wash last night and they're like slightly wet a little bit.
Oh my god, you are.
I feel so cold and horrible and late and stupid and silly and. And the air is cold. Can't bloody get up. And the guy that I'm working with doesn't have my phone number.
What?
So
Do you have his phone number?
No, we couldn't text each other. I'm still new. You know, I'll tell him, mate. First time. Sorry. Won't happen again.
So why couldn't you say it to me? I could be your uncle. I do uncle.
Yeah. Absolute essential morning coffee at work. Usually have about 4 or 5 in a day. Standing on your feet for 12 hours is no joke. This is my first job at my breakfast shift, poaching eggs. 我不知道大家有没有吃过 poached egg. 你把一锅水煮起来，然后把你的鸡蛋磕进去，差不多3到6分钟之间把它捞出来。它中间还是溏心的，然后外面是 cooked. But it's quite difficult to get right. First of all, you don't crack your egg however you want. If you crack the yolk, you have to start over. And you have to have vinegar in your water. When you crack it, it helps to seal the egg, so you don't get all these like. 你把它磕进去，它会有好多 like sir. So when you have vinegar in the water, it helps to keep the egg circular and round. 一次煮6到10个鸡蛋。You don't want to crack too many, otherwise you're going to have different times. You know, the first one you cracked will be in there the longest, and the last one you cracked will be in there a minute less, and then you have uneven cooking, so you have to do smaller batches. 闹钟响了，把它捞出来放到冰水里，冰水会让它 stop cooking, 然后你可以把它存了，它是完美的。We have to poach a lot of eggs. We keep them for up to 5 days. We just change the water, and when someone orders a poached egg, you just have to gently heat it up in the hot water and it should be perfect. So after we cool down the eggs, we have to dry them out. We put them in some new water, and then we get them one by one and we trim off all the ugly bits so they look nice and perfect. Prep. So 这是我们的 prep list. 我们的厨房跟我之前的厨房不一样。In that kitchen, 我们的厨房很小，也没有很多厨师在工作。So the dishes that you are in charge of, you prep everything for it pretty much. 在这个厨房里，我们有3、4个分类 and each section has 1 or 2 chefs. This day I was preparing for what's called garnish. 比如说是一个鸡肉菜，它旁边会有一个蔬菜，一个酱，这个都叫 garnish. 然后这些东西都是我负责准备的。So basically the idea is each part of the kitchen is broken up, and then the end dish that the customer gets is made up of all these things that everyone's prepared. And it just helps to break things down so that everyone has less to prepare. Someone's phone's ringing. No one's at home. Hello? 我弟弟把他手机落在这儿了，他出去玩了。So here we got an order from a customer for a gluten-free bread with smoked salmon, layer it on the brioche bun, and then we top it with some creme fraiche, some herbs, and some pickled cucumber. And the little green herby bits, that's watercress. It has a little bit of a peppery taste, 有点辣味，但是还是挺清 like fresh, like refreshing taste. That was the first breakfast dish of my career. 大家可以评价一下，感觉怎么样？会不会想来吃
？Nice。
今天迟到了，但是没太大的事，第一次那么早来，所以他原谅了我。然后他在教我怎么做一些早餐的东西，doing a bit of prep。哦，这个冰箱是可以走进来的冰柜，挺酷，对吧 ？And this is the first time I've worked in a kitchen big enough to have a walk-in fridge, so it's quite fun for me to experience. However, 我跟你们说，我们这个厨房是纯电，不像我之前的厨房里会有火呀，会有那种燃料 like gas, fire, barbecue, coals, stuff like that. 冬天的时候很冷，因为没有那种火啊 so that's why I'm wearing long sleeve. It's actually really cold, and that means it's freezing when you go into the walk-in fridge, and I hate going in there. You said lemons, dill, creme fraiche.
Yeah, so one lemon, just the zest, and then put it in a pipe from there.
Okay. You can see I'm measuring out my creme fraiche, putting it in that little pot. We're gonna blitz the herbs with the lemon zest and the creme fraiche, and that's gonna be for the salmon dish. 大家可以评价一下我的刀工感觉怎么样 Where I'm standing now, the way I'm facing, I'm looking at the customers. This kitchen has a window that opens up into the restaurant. Customers can walk past and see you cooking. And this is also where the waiters and waitresses will pick up the food and 带它去 the end destination. This is dill. Dill is a lovely herb and goes really well with salmon. 我跟 CJ 在青岛做海鲜的时候，我们去买食材的时候，一直都想找这个。去年也是 In the supermarkets, we struggle to find it because 茴香 looks exactly the same, and we always get 茴香 by accident. 大家有没有吃过 dill? So here I am zesting the lemons. When I was watching this for the first time, the footage, I started laughing at this scene because it looks like I'm doing a chicken dance when it's sped up.
Any more prep jobs for the morning?
The first kitchen I've worked in that uses tape for labels, and I'm so happy because it's so much easier. You can customize how big your label is. 一般厨房里用的那种 plastic label 很难摘下来. Ultimately, you end up getting all these little 渣渣小塑料渣渣 and they clog up the dishwasher and they really damage it. Dishwashers are super expensive, so I'm really happy to see this kitchen using masking tape because it's a healthier, better for the environment, and it just peels right off. You just go, comes off. 现在我已经开始做中午和晚饭的准备工作。Here I'm cooking some lentils for our fish dish on the menu at the moment. It's a monkfish dish with creamy mashed potatoes, a red wine sauce with the lentils through it, and some pickled mussels and buttery kale. Really nice. This is me cooking the vegetables and toasting the lentils. I burned them a little bit. Here I am at the back of the kitchen. It is mainly for preparing 生的肉鱼. Everything we do in the kitchen, we use different color chopping boards, gloves, all this stuff is to try and stop cross-contamination from happening. So this is good practice, and thumbs up from me. Can I get a thumbs up from you? 这是猪里脊。猪里脊是我第一次这样准备 and my knife isn't the correct knife. It's a bit too big, so I ended up taking a little bit too much meat. 这是我在把猪肉上面的筋膜给拿下来，如果留在上面，你最后去煎它的时候会有一些不好的口感啊，然后 it just doesn't look very nice on the plate. But the bits that you see me taking off with a lot of meat on it, it's actually 猪里脊上面还有一些肉，不算是猪里脊上面的 like 猪里脊是一个桶 on top there is almost like a feathery bit of meat. I'm not sure what it's for, but we always take it off, use it for 工作餐. You can see me taking it's called a chateau, I think. And you can see it looks a bit raggedy because I'm still perfecting my skills on this particular job. No one complained about it, so it must be alright. We're wrapping up the pork. It's a very French thing. Professional kitchens do it with a lot of the different meats. We do it with all our steaks, fish sometimes as well. 做这个的原因是因为一块肉这边更大，这边更小。We're trying to even out the piece of meat, have it in a nice round shape. So 我现在在把它弄得很 tight 很紧，然后这样 I'm making it all nice and perfectly round. And the reason for that, like I said, is to have it cook evenly with a really nice shape. Also, 这样去存 it will last a lot longer rolled up. When we are in service cooking for customers, you can just slice your portion off and it should be the same roughly as the other side. And this is my favorite part, twirling the thing around, basically with a separate piece of string to tighten it up. 别看这个速度很快，这个很累，这个工作很累。Your fingers always cramp up because you're tying them. 我很喜欢学新的东西在厨房里。That's the reason why I'm a chef, is because I want to learn and continue, getting better. 我虽然很喜欢上这种早的班，但是我有一个问题，就是我起不来。这个问题 affects me in all aspects of my life, and I struggle to wake up early. Part of the reason is because I have a really bad sleep schedule. I always finish work late, and ask any chef, the last thing you want to do is work all day, go home, go straight to sleep, think about work, wake up, go to work. I think everyone can relate to that. So that's one reason why I don't wake up early. The other thing is I'm not always a morning person. 这次是我第一次做早餐上班 and I haven't been asked to do any more. And I think the reason might be because I was an hour late. So I'm gonna talk to my head chef and hopefully he gives me some more morning shifts. 因为我还是挺想 train 我自己去起得更早，因为我还是觉得起得更早会让你更开心。You have more hours in your day. If you have anything you want to tell me or ask me about the food, about my new job, about kitchens in general, 可以在弹幕里和评论里告诉我 I will try and answer them. 谢谢大家，不要忘了点赞关注，留个评论，收藏，投个币。Love you guys， 下一期再见，拜拜。